Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin. Today is Tuesday, the 4th of April, 2023, and this is your card of the day. So again, we're using The Shaman's Dream Oracle by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron Reed. So let's get that out the way. Great Father in the sky, loving Mother in the earth, angels, ancestors, spirits from all realms and all four corners, I call upon you now as your messenger to deliver message of clarity, message of hope, messages of love, messages of prosperity, all the goods. So be it, so shall it be. All right, just spread them out, grab a card, get right to it. There we are. Now don't forget, we have got our Archangel of the Week. Ooh, here we have repairing the veil. Today's a day about forgiveness. Now, number 45 adds up to a 9, so it needs to, let's see, what does this feel like? Well, if I'm looking at this image, blue sky, few clouds, butterfly, transformation, and the sun. And then we have this large totem that seems to be crisscrossed and knotted with a pink ribbon. All up underneath it, spring flowers are coming. Repairing the veil, to me, isn't about forgiving other people. It may be getting in touch with your spirituality and your feeling of spirituality, perhaps your feeling or being connected to those who have passed. But let's put Archangel Jeremiah into the mix with the wheel, and I'm getting the message or the impression that in order for us, any of us, to move forward with what we're imagining, what we're putting into the present time frame, we must make sure we are reconciling any previous experiences that are done with and gone from and over. Typically, we can get caught up in the ego, edging out God, by assuming that this is going to happen again. I don't want that to happen. We're able to identify what we are not wanting, but we're not able to actually land on what we really want to go do while we're stuck in that, while there's still some stains of the past. So I feel like the energy of today is about recognizing how connected we truly are. You know, between all of us, between the world of living and the world of the ascended, there is this thin veil we've been talking about. And in the veil, there are these spaces that separate us. So we look through the veil and seem to feel like we are distinct from one another, separated from one another, but we really aren't. And we're assuming that our thoughts and our feelings are ours, but there's an awful lot of other people that think and feel the same way we do. You know, the way we see things, places, time and space, the way that we engage with the world, our relationships with other people are all pretty much the same. There's a duality. And then there's this feeling of us versus them. And in that part comes this thought, feeling, idea that we've got to do some repairing. We have to look at where we are perhaps dogmatic about how things should not be. Not saying you, me, but there is that out there. There's that out there that things aren't working the way people want them to work. And as a light worker, which I'm going to believe that you are if you're here, we join the many throngs of people that are looking for something clean, something clear. And this veil, repairing the veil, is repairing those differences. It's repairing the illusions, making the connection with it. Yeah, I think that's the energy of the day. Now is the time to really look and examine where our actions, perhaps in the past, in our own lives, may have caused difficulty. It's tough to do. I feel like today might be about redemption, might be about past cruelties that we might feel. That's kind of where the stuck stuff is. But if you do this, if you work your tapestry, repair the veil, darn the holes, see that we can so easily gloss over. And I'm listening to Spirit saying there's an important message here, and Jeremiah is basically talking to me about, in this wheel, we're moving forward, but don't forget we've got some cleanup to do. This message I normally get when there are folks who are fixing to leave the earthly plane and move on into spirit. So I'm asking my guides here if repairing the veil and forgiveness is more about looking at every single person that we've got in our lives that are important to us. And when we say making amends, it's hard and tough to do because it puts a parenthesis around the awkwardness of friendship. But I learned in my work as a yoga teacher that, we can have awkward conversations. Maybe that's what this is about. It's about feeling awkward. Right when we had the pandemic and shortly thereafter, there were many groups that came up from it. It seemed to have been something that was going on prior to the pandemic being a thing, with Me Too movements, Black Lives Matter movements. Now, of course, we are a group of citizens that are grappling with the various atrocities that are going on all over the world, the persecutions, the way certain groups of people, minorities, marginalized, all of those have been treated and have been persecuted basically by, I'm going to be bold and say, white men. I'm listening, saying, well, this is kind of and here I sit in fear that I've got these two cards, the wheel, Archangel Jeremiah, that's working on my spiritual side and repairing the veil and living in forgiveness, that's bringing up, well, am I having awkward conversations with people of the past? Yeah, probably. Do I ask them to forgive them? Yeah, probably I should. Does it bring up stuff that I might not want to visit? Yeah, it makes me feel itchy bitchy in the seat, like, oh dear. But then I also get the fact that, look, if we're looking to be better, like when we know better, we do better. When we lift our heart to whatever we believe God is, and we make statements like, I am peace, I am love, I am happiness, I am joy, and I am enough. Probably in there today, you look at, I am forgiveness, I am redemption. I've read in a lot of tarot books and a lot of spiritual books. It isn't God's forgiveness that you need, it's your own. And being that we are part of the same thing, I think that's what the essence of today is. If you find yourself at a loss for words, if you've had those difficult, awkward, tough conversations, you can, whether it is with the person that the toughness comes from or just in meditation, you imagine a conversation with said person and take the responsibility for your part in any awkwardness, any challenges, any difficulties. Louise Hay once, or did say many, many times, emotions, the difficult ones, the sad ones, the tough ones, are basically like clouds across the sky. They come from feelings, and the feelings need to move through the body. They sort of need to transition. Otherwise, they get stuck. And they get stuck and they pile up. And they get stuck and they keep piling up. Now, we all know, and I'm covered in goosebumps, we all know that, we can take on our own family members, siblings. We can always find somebody that perhaps we haven't really had the best relationship with. And knowing that trying to get to the part of forgiveness or the part of redemption or the part of understanding it is awkward, and then leads into another set of conversations. But it is necessary. So today, my friends, find a peaceful, quiet, loving, kind, caring place for yourself first. That's important. Then, if there's a conversation that needs to happen where you need to repair the veil, where you need to perhaps be forgiven, or most importantly, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. I'd say this is all about forgiving yourself. And Archangel Jeremiah's hand. In my mind, I see Archangel Jeremiah standing in front of me with a big grin on his face, his arms outstretched, open wide, saying, yes, you got there. It takes a minute for me to sort of think, ooh, that word, forgiveness, repairing the veil. Like, that just says, oh, I'm all about kumbaya, love, peace, and good harmony, grace, all of that. I'm all up for that. But then you find the grace from something else. You find the grace from a situation that perhaps wasn't quite so graceful. And on that note, I'm going to park it up. I love you. I got 2 new subscribers yesterday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. These numbers are just tumbling on up. And I'm just so grateful. So, so grateful. Until tomorrow, be well, be safe, be curious, and be open. Bye.